How to be unbothered. There's a way to detach from anything that bothers you. Yes, literally anything, whether it's the fear of death, aging, sickness, losing things you have, losing people you love, or living with things you hate, not having what you want. The tip is basically not reacting, especially to unsolvable problems, which you cannot do anything about them. The idea is suggested by Buddhism, emphasizing that meaningless reactions to unsolvable problems only cause suffering and nothing more. Take note of the word meaningless. Meaningless reactions means the reactions that will not have any effect on the outcome. They won't help you in any way, but can potentially make the circumstance worse. You can't choose what kind of parents you have, no matter how much you blame them for their irresponsibility. The fact that your flight is delayed cannot be changed, no matter how angry you are. So, what's the point of being miserable and furious? The result remains the same, but you feel worse. These are examples of meaningless reactions. Don't get me wrong, I'm not denying the way you react. We are wired this way, because humans are born with desires. If the desires are not satisfied, feeling bad is the first reaction we would have according to human nature. What's the problem is, human desires have no limit. The desires will never be truly satisfied, but only get bigger and bigger, creating an infinite loop where we constantly chase what we want. If we don't get it, we suffer. Moreover, people nowadays tend to cling to negative emotions and struggle to let them go. It's very important to understand why we need to avoid meaningless reactions. Simply doing that will only lead to more confusion, pulling you back to suffering again. Let me repeat what was mentioned. Meaningless reactions only drain your mental energy, but change nothing in reality. Let's move on to what you should do when facing things that bother you. First, describe clearly about what's the thing bothering you. Language has power in removing the fog in your mind. You can also write it out. This is to clarify the problem. By being specific, you're more sure if this is a thing that you should care about. After that, close your eyes and feel your emotions. We often receive too much visual stimuli until we lose touch with our feelings. Lastly, categorize the type of suffering. Is it driven by desires? What if the desires are unrealistic or even nonsense? Expecting your eyes to be bigger and your legs to be longer is too much. These are unrealistic expectations. In that way, letting go of your desires is what you should do. Is your suffering related to anger because others didn't listen to you, misunderstood you, or disturbed you when you wanted to be alone? In this case, you need to calm down. Feel the anger and remind yourself that it will only hurt yourself and others, or even lead to inappropriate decisions that you'll regret. The root cause of suffering might be the delusional one. They are not true, and maybe do not exist at all. Why are you bothered by the things that don't really happen? If it's not a fact, then it isn't worth your time and mental effort to think about. Another type of suffer is a special one, self-abasement, due to numerous failures and frustrations experienced in the past. It will lead to two types of behaviors, whether showing aggressiveness or being avoidant. Someone who feels bad about himself will blame on everything around him, except himself. He relates his unfortunateness to his parents. He gets jealous of others' achievements. He complains about how unfair the world is. Generally, he blames everything, but never works on himself. However, someone who doesn't have approval of their own values may choose to avoid those unpleasant facts by sticking to an addiction. It's their way to escape from reality and obtain a temporary relief. What are some more practical tips? Try going for a walk. This exposes us to a more open and dynamic environment, where we can feel alive and connected to the world, whereas staying in a fixed environment, where everything stays the same, can foster overthinking. You can immerse yourself in something vast, like walking in the forest or standing on a mountain, because they make you feel small in the grand universe. When you feel small, your problems are not really a problem anymore. Lastly, accept yourself. Sometimes you just push too hard on yourself, even when you're already good enough. Having flaws makes you human. Perfection is not your authentic self. It doesn't mean giving up, but to face yourself properly, improving what you can improve, and showing approval to your achievements. We often ignore what we did well when we're blinded by overly high standards. As a summary, we need to avoid meaningless reactions that have no impact on reality in order to be unbothered. specifically for unsolvable problems. We suffer when our desires are not satisfied. To deal with the negativity, describe your problems clearly with words. Close your eyes to feel those emotions, then categorize the sufferers, whether the desire irrational or the delusional one. As an extra tip, go for a walk, stay with something way bigger, and accept who you are. Let go of desires to live a more fulfilling life.